What's up, everybody?
Hi.
It's Tucker and the Beard. And this episode of Tucker and the Beard is brought to you by our respective real estate careers.
Us. It's brought to you by us.
Yeah. It's brought to you by Tucker and the Beard.
There you go.
We're not just movie nerds who like to sit in front of microphones. We're actually top producing real estate agents here in the Prescott area in Arizona.
Yes, very much so. Who would like to help you out with your real estate needs?
Yeah, if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate here in the beautiful Prescott area, we would love to be of assistance. Tucker, how can the people get a hold of you?
Well, you can get a hold of me, Edward the Tucker, at 928-710-4690, or you can get a hold of The Beard
at 928-910-5954. You can also find both of us on Facebook, or just shoot us a message.
Yeah, it'd be Kellen the Beard Hoskins, so
that's
people
right.
can find you.
And yeah, that's enough business talk.
Off to the show.
Let's do it. And we're back.
Here we are. What's going on, man?
Busy.
Another week.
Duh. But yeah,
another
good.
day.
Just coming off the holiday weekend.
I know, it was kind of a crazy. Yeah, for me, I don't know about for you. I think so. It was just a little busy. We had some work over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I had like a little day and a half out of 3, maybe.
Yeah.
Still doing some stuff.
Solid. I Sunday was pretty clear.
Yeah, I had
work yesterday.
I got done by like noon.
Yeah,
on
and then
Sunday.
We have some entries going into the fair this year.
Sweet.
Which is coming up.
We got
It's
some
Thursday through Sunday.
We got some arts or crafts.
Both.
Wow.
Arts and crafts.
Do you have like a sandwich?
No sandwiches. I didn't enter
Like
in
food?
the coloring, but I am. So for the people who follow me on Instagram and on Facebook,
Rowdy Real Estate Agent.
Yeah, it's at Rowdy Real Estate on Instagram. You may or may not be familiar with my Sunday sandwich series.
Yes.
And 2 things. Let me set the record straight. No, I'm not opening a restaurant ever. It's not going to happen.
We got to do some kind of, I would say like a stand, but that's a lot of sandwich stuff to put on like a little stand.
But here's what I'm going to do.
All right.
Sometime in either late October or early November.
Okay.
I'm working up the details right now. I'm going to do a pop-up.
Okay.
So look out for the info on the Facebooks. Because I'm going to have people pick the sandwich that they want and order in advance so that I know what to get.
Nice.
At a nominal charge. So
nice.
So
That'll
for those who are interested in partaking in the Sunday sandwich, I'll be making that a thing, one time only.
Okay.
Coming up in the next 6 to 8 weeks.
I'll be like the waiter on Ratatouille or something.
All right.
I was like, listen,
Better have 31 pieces of flair though.
Chefing is not my thing.
I don't
so much so
listen,
that
I will not disrespect the title of chef.
Yeah.
By claiming that I make a good looking sandwich.
Yeah, you make a very good looking sandwich.
So
listen,
I
like
intend to
burn
do just
easy
that.
mac. Okay, there was like once. Like I've done it okay since then.
It's like, but I got better. But
I got a little bit better, but not much. But yes,
so
chefing is not my thing. So no, that's very cool, man.
So we're gonna do that, like I said, sometime late October, early November. Stay tuned for time, date, and location.
Awesome.
So anyway,
very cool.
The time has come.
The time has come. I'm excited. I don't know if
I know you are,
and I know you're dragging it out.
No. I'm excited for you because I'm a good friend. I appreciate how much you appreciate these movies.
Listen, there's
in particular. So before we go, because we have a tendency to, Angel Has Fallen, the third film in the Someone Has Fallen series / franchise.
Something has fallen.
Someone, this guy's come a long way from, letting the president's wife die.
Yeah, he's fallen a lot. A lot of things have fallen around him.
You know, the fact that this guy is still employed.
Not only is he employed, but he's
coming up in the world.
He's coming up in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the first one, like
I mean, within the first 5 minutes of the first movie, he lets the president's wife die.
In the first movie.
Yeah.
Listen, things happen. That was like Tree.
Listen, he did have to. He had to make a decision. His job is to protect the president.
He did that thing.
I get it.
At the expense of, but yes,
the president's wife.
My kind of starting into this, there's just certain movies that fall within a category of just popcorn.
Yeah, like, this is a good boom boom action flick.
I grew up with those action flicks of Die Hard, the Arnold Schwarzenegger, any Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, of Running Man to Total
granted,
Recall.
all of them are better than the Blank Has Fallen series.
But it's like current. This just falls within.
This is a new Listen, would I rather watch
like
Olympus Has Fallen or like the 9th Die Hard movie? I'll pick Olympus Has Fallen.
Right,
because it got tired after a while.
It got tired after
Although I am fanboying super hard over Rambo 5.
Oh, I'm falling. No pun intended. Within that is just they don't make movies like this anymore. Of just like even
action for the sake of action.
I wouldn't even put Hobbs and Shaw in this because it was like silly. It got to a certain point of cartoony, superhuman. There's no superhumans. There's no crazy.
There's just a complete disregard for the laws of physics.
It's like it
and I mean that in a good way. I mean that in an absolutely
in
perfect
the Hobbs
way.
and Shaw. Or in this movie. Oh, okay.
In any of this kind of movie, and I actually would put this in the same category as something like Hobbs and Shaw because of how that franchise has developed.
Right.
Would I put this in the same category as like The Fast and the Furious? No. Because that was more of a car, that's just an adrenaline movie.
Right. They're similar. They're in a spectrum. They're up against each other, but they're not in the same. I wouldn't put them in the same category.
So I am my children's science teacher this year, and
Sweet.
So
Congrats,
we were going over animal classifications this week.
All right.
So Hobbs and Shaw and Angel Has Fallen are in the same genus, but they're not the same species.
Well played. Yes.
They're related pretty closely, but they're not quite the same.
Right.
You couldn't cross them over.
Right. It's kind of like the first. Like G.I. Joe movie, when they did the first G.I. Joe movie. Like, they could have done it awesome. Like, been realistic for realistic's sake and it would have been awesome.
Yeah, more, Apocalypse Now, less Rambo.
Yeah, they went kind of ridiculously cartoony with it when they could have been on this side of it.
Yeah.
And it would have been awesome.
Instead, they didn't, and it sucked.
Pretty much. Right? I've watched it once, and that was once too many.
Yeah.
So this is, although parts are unrealistic and
listen,
sometimes
any of these action movies, I mean, unless you get super, the ones that are trying super hard to be insanely faithful to their source material,
and
they have, like I said, it's that complete disregard for the laws of physics.
Right.
For human anatomy,
or just basic common sense.
Fun fact: if a grenade goes off 3 feet from you, you die.
Yeah,
that's how it works.
Right,
because that's how shockwaves work.
Yes,
and what it does to your heart. Right. So, unless the director and the writers are really trying to stay true to that source material, like a la like Band of Brothers or something like that.
That's the. Right. This is in between Hobbs and Shaw with Hobbs.
Just super over the top. Almost could be a superhero type movie.
Falling off a cliff, pulling down a helicopter.
Yeah.
Like it's somewhere in the middle.
Exactly.
Okay. So for those that aren't kind of aware, and I know that I'm probably coming across super excited just because it's stupid 80s, 90s action movie reminiscent. And it excites me. I really didn't want this movie to fail.
Well,
it was a movie that I was like, it'd be
it's
really
in
cool.
luck because it has nothing in regards to anything resembling competition in the marketplace.
Yeah.
It came out at a very advantageous time.
It's kind of like...
Because it's been somehow number one at the box office for 2 weekends in a row.
Well, do you remember when we went and saw Robin Hood? The latest iteration of Robin Hood.
Yeah, that was like last November.
Right, which was kind of maybe on more of this side of the spectrum, and I'm using these analogies. But do you remember when we were talking about that if it would have come out at a different time of year?
It would have done
a whole lot
way better. Absolutely.
This came out at a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's not a whole lot where it's after summer with all the big blockbusters.
It doesn't have a ton of blockbuster competition, and we haven't quite got into award/holiday season.
Right. So just perfect timing, fantastic. But again, this is the third one in the trilogy, with Gerard Butler of 300 fame, I guess. Which most people, he's not known for
gamer.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, he's been in a whole bunch of stuff, but not anything of
real substance other than...
Right, it's not like, Keanu Reeves being known for John Wick. There's not anything that he's...
No, he is... Blank has fallen.
Right, he is...
And 300.
And that's not even at a level of... I don't know.
No, I feel you.
But, the first one being...
Gerard Butler is like a poor man's Russell Crowe.
Wow. Okay.
Like, he not could wrong. Be, like Russell Crowe's, like, probably cooler stunt double.
Okay. He's the Sylvester Stallone to Arnold Schwarzenegger. There.
You shut your mouth.
No, I'm just talking about, like they were in competition.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to be like...
No.
You're about to disparage the name of Mr. Stallone. Never. I was about to kick you out.
Oh, never. No, I'm just talking about the competition-wise.
Gotcha. Okay.
But the first one being Olympus Has Fallen, where he was a Secret Service agent that saved President as the White House was taken over by terrorists.
Yep.
Now, going back...
A terrorist that was also in The Fast and the Furious.
He was. He didn't make it. Oh, and a James Bond movie.
True story.
Right? So, that one, I first fell in love with this series because of the stupid 80s, 90s just action, but the one-liners.
There's no shortage.
This movie is fantastic one-liners.
Lots of laughter in the theater.
Lots of laughter. Like, every single time. I know in the first one, I laughed hysterically because it literally took a guy out with an Abraham Lincoln statue.
Mm-hmm.
And the camera work on it, because I was like, oh, he's not going...
Yep, he did.
Yes, he did. And full-blown tells the bad guy how he's going to kill him. And he does it.
Yeah, he straight telegraphs it and then follows through.
One of the most fantastic, this is how it's going to happen. And does it.
And then does it. Remember when Robert Downey Jr. made that Sherlock Holmes movie?
Yeah.
Listen, the first one was all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second one.
But as, they have those slow down scenes when he's breaking down, okay, I do this.
Right.
And he does that.
Right.
And then it speeds up and it's like boom, boom, boom. And it all happens just as he's calculating it in his head.
Right.
So kind of similar to
one of those things. Yeah, flat out. So, you shouldn't be surprised, but it doesn't make it less awesome.
Right.
It's kind of one of those things where those people are like, hey, this is what I'm going to do to you. I'm gonna break that arm.
I'm gonna break that arm,
as your son
as
would
my
say.
son would say
and
to
going,
our friends. Yeah.
And going and actually breaking that arm.
Break that arm.
Which I wouldn't put past him either.
He's a savage.
Little human version of Rocket Raccoon, and it's awesome.
He is a savage.
But, so, yeah, that movie was its own thing. And kind of digressing because it spins around in this. There was a movie that came out at a similar time that was like the deep impact to Armageddon, if you will, which was White House Down.
Yes.
Which was like the poor man's version of Olympus Has Fallen. Even though it had Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx in it. It was bad. Maybe not bad, but in comparison.
Okay, so you remember when Netflix first got into original content?
Yeah.
And it was not that good.
Right. There's just a lot of...
This could have... That White House Down, which, full disclosure,
right.
and I owe you a bit of an apology, was actually the first movie that came into my head when
you've been bad-mouthing Olympus
No, listen. When I first saw the trailer for Olympus Has Fallen, the scenes from White House Down, because I saw both of them.
Right.
Originally popped in my head. I was like, that movie was a piece of crap.
Yeah. Hot garbage.
Yeah. And so, right out of the gate, and then I realized my mistake a couple weeks later. I was like, oh, wait. I remember. One was all right. And
one was Armageddon. The other one was Deep Impact.
Yeah.
That's just, one was A Quiet Place. The other one was Bird Box. Just like...
Oh, no. There's like a more on the nose. Okay. There's a more on the nose version of A Quiet Place on, I think it's on Netflix or maybe... No, it's not on Netflix. It's on Hulu or something.
It was like Smelling It or something, right?
Yeah, it was like, it's the same movie.
It's the yeah. It's just, you can smell them.
Yeah. It was stupid.
Yeah, exactly. So that movie could have been a standalone. The Olympus Has Fallen could have been a standalone thing. They decided to up the game. They decided to come out with a sequel because it did well enough.
And if you're making money, you keep doing what you're doing.
Right. Comes out with London Has Fallen, which is just a great, little play on, is it? Well, London Bridge is falling down.
Yeah, but, keeping it going.
But it was one of the cool things about that movie, and I mean, he saves the president again, this time just in London, as terrorists are trying to take down London.
Well, and we really get more Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman is the
London Has Fallen?
Secretary of State.
Well, he's the Secretary of State
in the first movie.
In the first movie,
but the head, the president and vice president and everything are in the White House and get taken hostage, so he becomes
acting president.
Yeah. Same thing happens in the second one. Morgan Freeman has to become acting president because pretty much the president is taken.
He gets taken.
Well, and under attack and everything like that.
Yeah.
And he does a really good job as far as, that whole thing. But the cool things that I find about this is somebody, like even with Olympus Fallen, London Has Fallen, I don't want to say it's plausible attacks, but it's kind of like smart.
Yeah.
Guy. Like when the White House is taken over, you're like, that's kind of not awesome, but like the thought process behind it, like it's semi-realistic. Of like, okay, cool. Like if these circumstances, all right, it fits. Same with London Has Fallen. That the way that the terrorists
take over.
They secretly kill one of it's the prime minister.
Yeah. And
so all of the heads of all these countries pretty much come into one place for the funeral.
Okay.
Once then it's...
Yeah, and then it's just a free-for-all.
Thinking of, you're like, oh, that's actually... Like, I could kind of see this semi-happening.
Yeah.
And then kind of happens in the third one being now...
Now he's being set up.
Listen, this one out of all of them is like they took... I'm going to say like 5 different movies. Put it in a blender.
Yeah, and just dumped it on us.
Because I'm just like, oh. In this one, he's framed for attempting to...
Yeah, and this is all in the trailer, so no spoilers here. But he's being framed by people.
Right.
Unbeknownst to us, the movie-going public.
Right. Within the first couple minutes, we had talked about it or whatever. Like, first couple minutes, you go, hey, it's this person.
Yeah. Oh, these two people can't play anybody but bad guys and rats.
Right. So you're like, well,
it's going to be them.
You're like, okay, it's kind of happened. So as far as this...
And then, like whatever
twists
they tried to build in, because you could see, like, there was one twist that, I mean, for the sake of being kind, I won't spoil it. Mm-hmm. But there was one kind of twist that I'm like, they didn't think we were not going to guess that already, right?
Oh, within the first couple minutes, I knew. Yeah. I could tell you the plot.
There's certain, but first of all, there's certain actors. Yeah. You see them in a movie and go, unfortunately, I know the character that this person plays. You want to surprise me? Don't make him the bad guy.
Yeah, make me think he's the bad guy, because he always plays the bad guy, and have it be someone else.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's one of those movies where it's like, okay, listen, they did the big kind of reveal, and I heard gasps in...
I did too, and I was like, really?
And I kind of chuckled. Like, I was really?
That's why I'm not going to give it away, but...
Like, I was like, oh, I thought we all knew this. I thought we were all on the same ride together, that we knew where this was going. But I didn't care. Like, it was, even though I knew, I was like, sweet, all right, now we're getting...
Well, I mean, you kind of go, all right,
how are we going to get
this
from
is going to be
to
the
C?
bad guy.
Right.
But how are we getting there?
Right.
When you know, there's still a little bit of...
We got from A to B. Listen, I knew it at A, but we got to B, the reveal. Now we got to get to C.
Yeah.
Of like, okay, how is Gerard Butler, a.k.a. Mike Banning, gonna save the day this time?
Exactly. How's it gonna go down? Who is involved and to what degree?
Right. But it's just it's fun.
Plus, we got some sweet Nick Nolte action.
Listen, something happened to him where he aged hard. Like, and all due respect to Nick Nolte, because I know he's watching
the man, the myth, the legend.
Because I mean, he in the '80s and stuff, like he was Nick Nolte.
Yeah,
like, he's been in some things.
Yeah,
but he left for a while. Like, not even like Travolta left.
Yeah,
Travolta like never leaves.
Yeah, some people. Okay, we'll go back to Robert Downey Jr. for just a second, right? Robert Downey Jr. Big deal.
Is
Brat Pack, right?
Yeah.
Big deal. Goes off the deep end.
Huge.
Goes to rehab. Stays low for a little while. Comes back.
Hard in the yard.
He is Iron Man.
Yeah.
Okay?
The character of
Nick
Iron
Nolte,
Man.
it appears, did the exact opposite thing. He goes in. He's awesome in the 80s. Disappears. Oh, why did he disappear? Because he's still drunk.
Right. Still drunk and living under a bridge.
Yeah.
Like, they found him and were like, hey, I think he's perfect for this part.
I'm pretty sure that it's possible that Gary Busey and Nick Nolte like live in the same subdivision, and by subdivision I mean like under the 6th Street Bridge.
Gary Busey, yeah. Oh yeah, and it's just, listen, his character like has like tremors that they never address.
No, because they were just Nick Nolte's
like,
tremors.
I think that
he was going through the PTs.
Like, I thought that they were gonna like address it, being like, "Hey, like
you could." No,
okay?
No, it's just Nick Nolte can't keep his hands steady anymore.
Like, they just said action, and he's like, "We're gonna do our best." Yeah. Like, it was scene, you know, attempt 30, and they're just like, "Listen, just
leave it in, and we're not even going to address it."
Like, it's fine. Everybody knows he's got issues, but you know,
hey, but you know what?
It was good.
He added so much to this movie.
Like, I want that movie.
I couldn't... Yeah, first of all, if you're listening...
Old Man Banning.
Give me that movie. Give me the origin story. Forget whatever next has fallen.
Oh my god.
I want to see Clay Banning rising.
Oh my god. That would be amazing.
I want to see him in Vietnam and just whatever happens to his head.
That he goes crazy, has to leave
his family. And it could also be a somewhat documentary of Nick Nolte's actual life.
Right, because he essentially goes crazy, leaves his wife and son because he's got...
For their own good,
it's like claims. PTSD, but before it was...
Before we gave it an acronym.
I want that story because, like, people know, like, war does stuff to people.
Yeah, I would love to see him go down that rabbit hole.
And he's like, it's best for everyone. I left.
Yeah, he's like, you know, because he does confront his father and he's like, listen...
Yeah. And he goes crazy.
The thing is,
it goes and lives in the mountains.
Yeah, and I will say this: that scene is better than the climax. Better than the big scene in the movie.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. Like, I was in
the scene at Clay Banning's cabin.
Yeah,
in the West Virginia woods is better than the actual climactic fight scene that you all know is coming.
Right. You know it's coming. It's just when.
Yeah. Because it's an action movie. You know that it ends with a big scene.
Right.
Right?
Which is cool.
The one about an hour before that is better.
Yeah. Where you're just like, okay, this is, and not expecting it.
Yeah.
Mike Banning himself isn't even expecting it.
He's just like, I know you're crazy, but damn, you're that crazy.
But okay. Good crazy. Like, tell me he's wrong.
Crazy like a fox.
Tell me he's wrong.
He was
prepared. and he spot on. He's like, hey, you know what?
This is what's what.
This is what's what, and guess what?
Yeah.
Here we go.
So a reluctant, like for me, it's kind of again. I know it sounds like a cop out because I've done this a couple of times, but if this is your type of movie, for me, it's a go see it.
Yeah.
You know,
if you can't,
this movie benefits from, again, the large screen.
Yeah.
The huge sound system. That again, unless you have one in your house.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to get that experience, and this benefits from that.
Listen, if you can't already tell that I'm
You're
like a go see, because it's just stupid action movies that I love movies that I go see.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, and the bar is set low. Like I'm going and watching Olympus this new action movie.
Suspend your disbelief.
Okay.
And just enjoy the frickin' movie.
And I'm at the end of the movie and going, that movie was awesome.
Yeah.
Like I left the movie.
You said I enjoyed it. Yeah. I wasn't like. Yeah. I wasn't sad that I saw it, and again, that type of movie benefits from a big screen format.
Listen, either at both of our local theaters right now are $5 a ticket.
Like today and tomorrow. So if you're watching this on the day that it releases, on Wednesday, September 4th, right? Yeah. I get my days right. Okay. Yeah. So if you're watching this, Harkins theaters across Arizona at least. Because it's their anniversary weekend, they are doing $5 movies. Yeah. Then, of course, every Tuesday at the Picture Show here in Prescott is $5 any showing. So it's kind of cool. And now that the kiddies are back in school, it's a whole lot emptier in the middle of the day. So, treat yourself.
Listen, I went with the nursing home.
Yeah.
And
you know what? My final thought about this movie is when I walked in, there was maybe 30 to 40 people in the theater that I went and saw it in last night.
Right.
Every single one of them looked exactly like I thought they should.
Okay.
It was a heavy crowd of people wearing their stripes. It was a lot of current and former law enforcement, current and former military. You could just tell. Sometimes you can just look at somebody and be like, that guy was in the military.
I know what you do.
Or that guy is a cop.
Yeah.
You a cop?
I know how to address him.
I know you're a cop.
It's just...
But you could just kind of... You can pick those people out of a crowd usually because they all tend to dress a certain way.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah. Go see it.
And so for those folks, I'm sure it has even more appeal. Right. Because...
It's just action.
Listen,
shooting.
You know what I like to do? I find it funny to watch like other real estate agents in movies and on television. I just like to see how they're portrayed.
Right.
So I can see where that draw comes. I had a long career in retail management. So shows regarding that it's fun. I find it funnier than the average person might.
Right. You get it on a whole other level.
Yeah.
Exactly. So.
I have some news for you. First of all, we've only got like 2 minutes left, so we're going to jump through this. Kevin Hart, get well soon.
Yes.
He was in a pretty awful accident the other day.
Had back surgery. Yes.
Yeah. Got hurt pretty bad, so hope he gets well soon.
Definitely.
Apparently he wasn't he wasn't driving,
which is good.
And it was somebody from his security team was driving. So it's not like, another celebrity drunk driving accident, something awful obviously happened. So Kevin Hart, we hope you get well soon. And Fred Durst, never make another frickin' movie in your life. Fred Durst released a movie. Not his directorial debut, by the way.
Is this Fred Durst?
Yeah, Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit.
There was like an N in there.
Oh, sorry. I apologize. But
I was like, who is
Fred Durst of Limp Bizkit infamy.
All right. Chocolate starfish and the
hot dog flavored water released a film this weekend starring the one and only John Travolta that made...
Oh, I heard about this.
Get this. Domestic U.S. box office on a holiday weekend with John Travolta in your lead position. How much money do you think it made?
I know it bombed.
$3,000 in 52 theaters.
52 theaters, $3,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fred, if you're listening,
don't do that thing.
Stop making movies, man. You're not any good at it. You were barely passable at being in a new metal rap rock band.
Yeah.
You're no film director, and it shows. He had a cameo in
Zoolander.
He did. You know, yeah. Be in a movie if you want to, as a cameo. Vanilla Ice does it all the time, and you're not quite on his level.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so much stuff.
So much going on, but we're gonna wrap up.
Yeah. Huge shout out to gotten a lot of support lately. Appreciate it. Yeah,
we really appreciate it. Actually, have some stickers in my mailbox right now, so we'll get those out to you. More merch coming.
Sweet.
With all of that being said, we appreciate you. Until next time, he's Tucker.
He's Beard.
And we are out.
Please hang up and try again.